So being as I'm a very analytical person, I've had a lot of people ask me what the best settings are for Apex Legends. So we're going to go through the gameplay settings, the video settings, and the audio settings that will help set you up for success, get you lots of frames, and hopefully get you some wins. But we're going to start with gameplay because that is the first tab. So the first thing we're going to look at here is the interact prompt style. So this is going to be a very important feature because with this on compact, you're going to have a lot more screen real estate to actually see what's going on around you than it is on the default setting, as you can see here. As far as the damage crosshair feedback goes, I like mine on off because that really cleans up my sight when I'm taking my shots, especially in hip fire. And it might give me a little less information, but it's also going to help me to just kind of keep on target and focus directly on the target without seeing all the extra stuff in my way. Damage numbers. So stacking is definitely the way to go here. Unless you are somebody that can do math super quick on the fly, then use floating, I guess. But default is both. So this is going to show a list of numbers for hits, as well as the total of all of those numbers. So with that information, then you know what your damage is. However, you might as well just use stacking because that will give you just the total amount of damage you've done during that interaction. And that will basically just tell you all that you need to know to relay to your team. So you're not having to see all the extra stuff flying and all the extra just garbage in your screen. Minimap rotation. I like my minimap rotation off, just so that when somebody shouts out north, I can look at my map, see where I'm pointing basically, and just kind of have more of an idea to quickly figure out where I need to go and where I am. It's just one of those personal things that I like doing so that I'm more aware of what's going on. So damage feedback. So there are two different types of damage feedback. There is a circular one that is a 2D that basically just kind of surrounds your screen and doesn't really help you that much, but there's a 3D indicator that will definitely help you out. So keep that in mind if that's what you're trying to figure out, is what one you want to do. However, I think 3D definitely will help you point in the direction of where you're getting shot at more often than not. And as far as the jetpack control, personally, I like hold. Just because then it's more like COD backpacks, COD jetpacks. You can just kind of shoot up, let go of the spacebar, and just be fine, right? You don't have to re-tap it to recenter back down. Just makes life a little bit easier, has a little more control, makes it feel more like more modern games. Let's take a look at the video settings. The video settings that I'm running is basically full screen, native resolution, your FOV. So default is going to be around 70 FOV. That is going to be extremely zoomed in, versus the 110 FOV that will be where you actually can see things going on around you. I mean, completely losing two targets inside of that FOV is just completely insane to me why anybody would run anything other than a 110. As far as another major thing we want to look at here is the sprint view shake. As you'll notice, your sprint view, as you're running, you'll have a lot of shake if you don't have this on minimal, and that really helps to kind of clean your screen up again and keep your screen as stable as possible so you can see enemies off in the distance. So they might be kind of flickering on sometimes because this game has got some weird issues in that way. As far as graphics setting goes, these are the graphics settings that I'm using. This just kind of helps me get the most frames I can while still having a pretty clean looking game. And it looks totally fine. I still run 150 frames or so, which is over my 144 hertz monitor, so I'm totally cool with that. But that's where we're sitting on the video settings. Now, audio might be a little more subjective with push-to-talk, open mic, things like that. But there are a few things that you definitely want to turn down, and that is the music and the lobby music. So what that is going to help you do in-game is you're not going to get that background noise of the music. It lets you, hear the footsteps a lot clearer in your headphones, your speakers. So that is definitely a big advantage there. But I think we were able to wrap this up fairly quickly. If this video helped you guys out, give it a like. If you like me, give me a subscribe. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you around.